Hello astronauts, I'm SpaceAce14, and over the past week, me, Black Studio Development or Amin, somebody, and Geoff Hamilton worked on our game, One Room. It was created for the Dev Squad Game Jam, hosted by the incredible Tyra Games. We started out by coming up with ideas as a community on the Astronauts Discord, link in the description. Are we making the game or not? Yep. The idea we decided on was a hotel strategy game where you have to balance the generation of wealth with your hotel's morality, which eventually turned into your hotel's rating from 1 to 5 stars. Connecting it to the jam's theme of one room, you have to build your entire hotel from the ground up, but it all has to be just one room. The first thing I did was throw together a Unity scene which I thought might resemble the final product, with much of my art utilizing the Pico 8 color palette, which I've spoken a lot about before. Meanwhile, somebody worked on the tile system which empowered the player to build the hotel. He then tried it out with simple sprites before I added the sprites I had built. Following that, we quickly built some camera movement so players could build beyond the limits we had set for them due to screen size. Next up, we had to have the customers spawn because you can't have a successful business without them. At this point in time, we had also completed the building system, which allowed us to place beds and plans on the different tiles. Players could now build their hotel, place beds and plans, and customers would arrive. We still had no way of accepting the customers and placing them in the hotel, in addition to showcasing their attributes like how much they would pay per night and how long they would stay. Luckily, we were quickly able to do just that. We had a real game. There was gameplay, challenge, strategy, and everything. But we still needed a bit more. There were a few bugs that made a huge difference that we had to fix, and we had to create things like a pause menu, a main menu, and a tutorial. Eventually, we added this endgame UI, inspired largely by the game Sort the Court. The game was only boosted by the spectacular music and great sound effects Geoff Hamilton provided to us. Overall, it was a really cool experience building this game. It is far from perfect, with some small bugs which stop the necessary amount of plant and bed text from being affected by change, and some less than intuitive UI. Also, the web version of the game, the one we submitted, turns out that most browsers don't have enough space to run the entire thing, so lots of the time people can't get through the entire game without having to reload the page. Luckily, Tyra Games allowed us to link the Windows build in the web version's itch.io page so players could try it out. I also learned a cool trick which mimics GameMaker Studio's ability to choose the resolution of the game with just a single line of code. This here is what changes the resolution, with this being the width and this being the height. This is a huge game changer for me, literally. I'm a huge fan of setting the screen size for players, which is why I almost always submit my games with a web build. Now being able to do the same in a downloadable version opens up a lot of new doors. I've honestly really gotten a lot better with the Unity editor and C#. Plus, my pixel art and music skills that I've gained throughout previous game jams really makes me a generalist when it comes to game development. Thank you everyone who's gotten this far in the video, and I have to say thanks to my 2 Patreons. It's been a lot of help and given me a lot of motivation. I also recently found my game Wavelength super close to the top of the itch.io HTML5 games, and that just blew my mind. Thank you all so much for watching. Follow me on Twitter if you want, and be sure to smash the subscribe button, hit that like button, and also tap that taco bell so you never miss another video. Okay, see you all later.